And she now brings in Atacama Sky. The field is ready. Set for the Sterling handicap. Racing Firemaker a little slowly away. Guns of Navarone got out like a shot from the inside, and quickly away also League of Nations and Atacama Sky, with Mr. Bear going up there as well. Right behind them, You Know What I Mean, and then Firemaker, Disco Medal, and further back behind them is Dawn Mission, who's going to settle third from last. Then Cataplexic, the tail ender is Imperial Venus. Heading along by the 550 in League of Nations, the former Sydney Galloper has now been given a bit of rain and races to the lead. Coming around the corner, League of Nations from Guns of Navarone in front early, but now comes away from the heels of League of Nations. Atacama Sky bides its time. Then on the outside, You Know What I Mean, and Firemaker getting home down near the rails, but League of Nations at his WA debut, shown the persuader at the 200 from Guns of Navarone. Firemaker running out of room down on the inside at the 100. League of Nations in front now. Firemaker gets into the clear. League of Nations clinging on, however, and League of Nations wins on debut. Just wins from a luckless Firemaker, and third home Guns of Navarone. Behind them then came You Know What I Mean, who's close up with Dawn Mission and Disco Metal. Cataplexic, followed then by Imperial Venus. Atacama Sky didn't give much at all in the run to the line, and dropping right out to finish stone motherless last is Mr. Bear. A treble for Peter Nucky. Joins W. Pike today, each with a treble. League of Nations working its way to the top after Guns of Navarone had beaten it out of the machine. And then Firemaker, who was tracking Guns of Navarone, got the run eventually, but it wasn't in the required time because League of Nations had the break. Firemaker had the task, and just a little beyond it in a drive to the line. Guns of Navarone close up third, fourth. That could go either way between You Know What I Mean or also Dawn Mission. The judge calls for the photo. So the winner, League of Nations by Medaglia d'Oro from Frontal Charge for SF Bloodstock LLC Syndicate, managed by G. Murphy, Aquas Farm Syndicate, the China Horse Club as well. These are the existing owners currently. Might see a bit of a change there the next time it goes around. Chris Gangemi prepares. Peter Nucky with the third leg of a treble today, been back in great form, which is wonderful to see. Firemaker, a bit stiff, it has to be said, by Hassan Lightning from Nigella Bites, trained by Jackie Peniza, written by Troy Turner, and Guns of Navarone by Warchan from Terra Vega, Nev Parnham, Andrew Castle. The last event for the day, clear of any changes. Let's head down to the Arden Gareth Hall.
Yeah, thanks for that, Macca. Chris Gangemi joins us. That's a really good performance. Maiden up in class and gets the job done first up here in WA.
Yeah, it was. Nice win. He's, like you say, he's a maiden in a Class 3, so that's a big ask. No, he's able to get the job done. He probably got a bit tired late, but that's probably fair enough too. He hadn't trialled and hadn't done a heap of work, so no, he should improve off that too.
Yeah, so how much improvement do you think in him?
He's got a fair bit of improvement fitness-wise, I reckon. He's only had a couple of decent gallops. And like I say, he hadn't trialled, so we've still got not much of an idea about the horse as to what distance, how to ride him, etc. But he showed a lot of toe today, and yeah, put himself in a good spot and held on, so it was good.
What is it with these Eastern State gallopers and the Gangemi team?
Yeah, we're lucky enough. We've got a pretty good record. Obviously, Michael buys some nice ones, but we've had a bit of luck as well. So no, hopefully this is another good one.
All right, mate, well done.
Cheers, buddy.
It's Chris Gangemi, League of Nations. It was a drifter on track, Brittany. He got a little bit easy in the market, but in the end, it was just too good.
It was $4.20, I think it got out to on track thereabouts, which is a very nice price for a horse that's won as convincingly as he did. And the Gangemis just keep on having such a great record with these horses that they get from the Eastern States, bring them over, and I think you always see, when you see first up, no trial, blinkers on, there's always a little element of, oh, hang on, we better watch this, because we know that they like to have a bet. And the roar that we heard from the big syndicate of owners may suggest that they've had a couple bob each way.
Yeah, wonderful stable when they plunged one, and I think Giulio Santarelli there was on too, one of our leading journos in the racing game. But that's a really good performance, and it'll be winning more races, and there's no doubt about that, racing outside of its class, and they ended up getting about $4.20, so it probably opened up a little bit too short.
Yeah, and I just think with this group of owners, there's just nothing better than seeing a big group taste success, and as always, you see them and they're as fun and cheer home the horse as loud as possible, and you can see them all here clapping as Peter Nucky comes in, and it's just always great to see for horse ownership.
I thought the second horse was really good as well. Firemaker, it was second up, and it's definitely knocking on the door. Peter Nucky's about to jump on those scales and then have a chat to Brittany Taylor. He brings up a treble, and we're on Sky Thoroughbred Central now, Brittany, so you can tell everyone what happened to Pete at the start of the day.
Oh, yes, of course. Those are, obviously, we've only taken the last 3 races on Thoroughbred Central, so they will have missed the great story from the beginning of the day. So let's just embarrass you some more and recap what happened before the start. Did we forget to set the alarm?
Yeah, well, it was an early start with the 11 races, like 10:30, and I set my alarm for 10 o'clock to be here at 10:30, so when one of the boys rang me, he said, mate, the first race in half an hour. I thought, I'm not even bloody dressed here. I said, I'll be there in 10 minutes, and lucky enough, the doctor done the same as me. He was here late, so the race got put back, and I was able to get off on a winner.
And not only just get off on a winner, you've now brought up a treble, so maybe that little extra bit of sleep's done you wonders. Tell us about this win. Had you worked this horse previously during the week?
Yeah, pretty much. I've done all his track work since he came from Sydney, and you know, he's been working really good. He's had a couple of little hiccups where they've put the bar shoes on him today. I hadn't ridden him, obviously, in a trial, so he was going in a little bit underdone, but he was good enough to hold on for the finish. So it's good for a maiden without a trial to go and win a Class 3 first up.
Was he tiring late?
He was getting tired, but it's understandable, you know. He didn't have a trial and he drew perfect for today's race, and so they want to go with that and just pay dividends.
So you feel like there's still a fair bit of improvement to come?
Yeah, I think just obviously race fitness will come his way, and maybe the blinkers don't have to go on, because I watched all his replays and a few times without them he raced pretty good as well. So that's something they can have up their sleeve.
Well done on the win.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done to Peter Nucky. That's a treble for him today. Shares riding on us so far there with Willie Pike. We'll take a break here on Sky Thoroughbred Central. Back with plenty more as League of Nations takes out his first race, first up here in W.